looking at this old Kirby condenser today, cool room. It's part of a new site that we picked up, not mine, but one of the other guys said that he just thought that the system wasn't performing as well as it could. He said that every time he popped in the corral controller, I think set it as low as 6 degrees, it's set for 2 degrees. So he sent me out to go have a look into it. So I've done a bit of a wander around. The evaporator coil is pretty dirty. Well, not crazy dirty, but it's just dirty enough. Let's see if I can get up here. Condenser's pretty dirty as well. So what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to give it a clean. Start off with the evaporator and then move outside here. And then once we've cleaned everything, we will probe up and look at the vitals. This is our evaporator here. So we're going to just try to get in there. I'll see if I can get it. I don't know if that got it or whatnot, but I'll show you a better view once I get up there anyway. But just got my, I'm going to clean up the top shelf there, because I usually put down like a bucket and a towel. I think this is actually a bed sheet, but whatever they're giving me, it doesn't matter, as long as it stops the water. So this is the stuff that I use. It's a pretty mild cleaner, this one. I use it in conjunction with their particular spray gun. It's just a hand pump one, and really with this stuff, you really don't need that much, and especially with the size of that coil as well. Actually quite hard to do this with one hand. I'll show you. Honestly, that's as much as I'm going to need, because I'm not even going to fill that up. It's going to go up to maybe like a quarter, maybe even a half. So that'll be more than enough cleaner. So drain's 100% plugged, so gonna back that out first. Sweet, with cleaner to spare. Good stuff. So just rinse that off, and I've rinsed off the evaporator coil now as well. I'm not going to show you that because it's not really that interesting. Usually if I was here for a maintenance, I'd do a lot more. Like, you know, wipe down things as well. Actually, you know, usually that's the only part of maintenance is that people see, is it clean. So usually I kind of do that stuff as well, but because I'm only here to actually work out if things working properly, I just want to clean the coils, and then once we start doing a routine maintenance, which I think is in the process, then I'll start doing all that kind of stuff. But today, just making sure it's actually working properly. Sweet. So we're set up with the probes now. We'll go turn this thing back on, and we'll see what happens. It's just turned on now. I think the sight glass is up here. Hopefully you guys saw that. I'm gonna have a look back at the video, see what it's doing. So, this thing has only been running for about 5 minutes, so you know, I'm going to leave it for a little bit while longer, but I'll throw up a grab of the pressures now. As you can see, really low suction pressure, high superheat, empty sight glass, or, you know, flashing sight glass. Not really flashing, but you get the gist. I'm going to monitor this for a little while, but you know, my first thought is that it's obviously low on refrigerant. Now we're going to work out why. But yeah, keep working our way through it. That's some pretty good frost back, or frosting from the outlet of the TXV there. I don't know if you guys can hear that noise as well, but it just sounds like gas going through there. So it's been running for about 20 minutes now, or 25 minutes or whatever. Still the same, low suction and high superheat. Now, there is an inlet strainer on that TXV that could be plugged up and causing similar symptoms, but because I don't have the time to kind of like, you know, not that it takes crazy long time, but anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just put a little bit of gas inside and see if that increases my suction pressure. So I've only added about 200 grams, but you can already see pressures are looking a lot better. I'll add a little bit extra. I've been having a look around for oil spots, couldn't find any out in the condenser. Honestly, usually it's in the evaporator coil. It just seems to be, you know, I don't know, high acid foods or something either way in the coil. But this will be my first point of call to start. Now that isn't happening today, so it might be a separate video, or I might just wait to release this and put it all together. I'm going to add a little bit extra just to make sure that it does rise up a little bit more, but I'm confident that it is low, probably due to a leak somewhere. But while we come back and do a fair amount of work on this. We might even just pull out that strainer and clean it anyway. As you can see, I've only added, 290, 300 grams, and it's already made a world of difference. So we're short. There's a leak somewhere, but we'll come back and we'll find that at another time. I'm not gonna top up the charge the entire way, purely just because I don't know how big the leak is, and I don't want to put, 500 grams to a kilo's worth of R404 in here, only for it to vent into the atmosphere. So I'm not about doing that, unless it's absolute dire. I'd rather just not do that. So in this situation, basically, we just quote to come back, leak search, find the leak, repair the leak, and then, back it out and top it up properly. So that's what I'm doing in the situation. Also, it's pretty mild now. We're not going to have any crazy hot days, so I think this thing's going to do absolutely just fine with what we've done today anyway. It pretty much almost satisfied when I got down here and you saw the pressures when we arrived, so I think we're going to be sweet. But yeah, anyway, I'll either release this as a single video or potentially just do it as a whole one if I do come back, but we'll see how that plays out.